In the end of '75, we got through to the Berks and Bucks Cup final at Chesham. We beat Thatcham Town 4-0. I think you scored a hat-trick in that one. But then we wouldn't go up to collect our medals because the horrible Berks and Bucks FA wouldn't let us enter the London Senior Cup.
That's right.
Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Did it really disappoint you at the time?
Not really.
No. So I remember
Berks and Bucks was we won it a few times. And
yeah.
It was sort of
the Berks and Bucks didn't feel so important then either. But you had won it, so inside you knew you'd won it.
Oh yeah.
But did you understand this campaign to want to go in the London Senior Cup? Did you?
I think it was just a matter of playing against better opposition.
So to replace the Berks and Bucks, you'd have played the London clubs that perhaps were.
Well, I think we would have played in both.
Oh right, yeah.
But the Berks and Bucks wouldn't allow us.
No.
No.
So you didn't get your medal for that day, I don't suppose. Then I guess, unless you got it later on.
No, I don't think
no. I don't
think we
you
did.
got
We just ignored it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In '75, of course, we entered the Anglo-Italian Cup and did very well and got through to the final against Monza. Do you remember going out to the first leg in Italy?
Yeah.
We lost 1-0, didn't we? Do you remember going?
Oh yeah, I remember playing against them. They were typical Italians. Pull your hair and
nasty were they?
Yeah.
The game out there, did it feel like a really big game? Was it a big occasion for them?
Well, yeah, I think they
a good atmosphere at the.
They really wanted to win.
Yeah. And so you came away with a 1-0 defeat, which presumably didn't seem too bad at the time, knowing that we were going back to Oaks Park.
Yeah.
And then what a night that was.
Yeah, it was a good night.
It was a great night. I remember it clearly, although it was a very long time ago. It was a fantastic night. It felt like such a big occasion.
That's right.
And of course we won 2-0.
Yeah, I think it was because it was a foreign club.
Yeah.
Italian.
Playing international football.
Yeah.
So you remember, because I remember you comparing it to the Middlesbrough game in such an event. It felt at the time such an occasion.
I mean, we were sort of thinking we could win it, whereas Middlesbrough was just a big occasion where you were playing just for the stardom, really, of playing against a big team. But you wouldn't expect us to beat Middlesbrough.
So that was you remember the occasion as a great feeling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people remember those days. That day, for some reason, really does stick in people's minds. Talking to old fans.
It's a long time ago. And as I said to you, I flogged my medal eventually. You
flogged your medal?
Yeah.
For winning the Anglo-Italian trophy?
Yeah.
That's sad, isn't it?
Not sad, not if you need
It shows you just don't have attachment to these memorabilia, though.
I would probably want a new dress or something. Yeah. No, as I said to you earlier, the actual medals and trophies and that, it was the winning of them really that appealed to me, not the actual what you got for winning it.
Yeah.
But going through the whole process of winning it. Yeah.
I wonder if any of the other players have still got the medals for that.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
A lot of people keep theirs.
Okay. As we said earlier, the under Brian Lee, the Isthmian League title was won 4 seasons out of 5, and then the next season, of course, wasn't quite so successful, and in the end, lots of players left, and in the end, Brian Lee left as well. Do you remember the feeling of it, sort of that era coming to an end? Did you get?
Yeah. I think when Brian left, that's when I decided that I was going to pack up as well.
And you were of that age anyway.
Oh yeah.
That it was coming to an end. Yeah.
Well past the sell-by date.
Yeah. And of course, Ted Powell took over, didn't he?
Yeah.
For a relatively short while, just 1 season, pretty much, I think.
He more or less said I was too old.
Yeah.
dropped me and stuff like that.
Because you'd played in the same team as him, hadn't you?
Oh yeah,
For a number of years, yeah. And your last match was in 77-78 season. Your last goal was a winner in a 3-2 win over Carshalton Athletic. But that was your last goal. Your last game was a 1-1 draw against Sutton in May of that last season. But did you know when you went into that game against Sutton that it was going to be your last game, or not really?
Yeah, I'd been sort of mulling it over for a few weeks, and I just thought, I've had a really good time. 17 years is a long time at one club.
Were you ever offered the chance to go professional?
Oh yeah, no chances. I had Brian Clough wanted me to go to a trial at Nottingham Forest.
Really?
But I was never ambitious. I was never interested.
No.
No. Jim Langley come in when he took over Hillingdon Borough. He was the old Fulham left back, wasn't he, Jim Langley? They come and tried to get me to go and play for them. They offered me a house.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it must have been tempting.
No.
Not really.
No.
You were settled in Wycombe and
happy
with your
that
life.
was my only club, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Frank Adams during your time at Wycombe? Was he
Early days when I was a real youngster.
Yeah.
But then you never took any notice of notoriety people.
No. Your obviously your record of 749 first team appearances, and
how many?
Well, the
what league appearances?
First team appearances, yeah. Because I reckon
it's over 1,000.
I reckon it's about 750 first team and nearly 200 non-first team, which gets us round about 940 by roughly. That record's obviously never ever going to be beaten, and certainly the goal scoring.
Never play that long.
No, the goal scoring record is certainly never going to be touched either. How does that make you feel, looking back, to think that you not only hold the records, but those whole records are never ever going to be beaten either?
Well, I'll go down in history, won't I?
You certainly
I am
will.
a local boy.
You certainly
I
will.
come from Wycombe, born and bred Wycombe.
It must make you feel immensely proud, though, what you achieved.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm very proud of even playing for Wycombe, let alone the goal scoring.
And how do you look back on the difference between football in your day and the football the monster that it's turned into nowadays?
I think football in my day was for enjoyment. What you could achieve now, it's all about money, isn't it? I think it's an insult. These players' wages and stuff like that is an insult to the working class man. They're not worth that. No one player.
Not worth £150,000 a week.
No, not one player. It's a team game, isn't it? If you haven't got the team around you, you're just a.
Do you still follow the Premier League? Do you?
Man United. I'm a Man United supporter. I'm going through the bad times at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of us will enjoy that.
I've always been a Man United supporter because when I was young, I used to love Bobby Charlton and players
Best,
like that.
Dennis Law.
Yeah. They had some good players. Yeah. And I used to sort of think, I wish I could do that.
At least it gave you a little bit of a bond with Brian Lee, anyway.
Yeah.
Even if nothing else did.
Yeah. No, actually, we finished up. We're great friends now.
You mentioned earlier going to Monza, Italy was a great thrill. In those days, they used to go on tours at the end of the season, and I was looking through some of the places you went to. I noted down Yugoslavia, Jersey, Germany, Spain, Greece, Gibraltar. That must have been great to be able to go away with the team.
Oh yeah, it used to be brilliant. He used to play against good sides and do ourselves proud. Win most of them.
Any stories of outrageous behaviour you'd be willing to share with us of any of the players?
But
And maybe embarrass some of your mates?
in Amsterdam, we were in the bar, and I think it was Jack Smithers brought in a bottle of Advocaat, and they were chatting about it. And Keith Samuels, he was on tour then, said he would drink the whole bottle without taking it away. And so we all put money in the bag, saying he wouldn't be able to do it, and he did. He drank a whole bottle of Advocaat.
Well, that's foul stuff as well, isn't it?
It's custard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that eggnog stuff or something, isn't it? Dear.
Yeah, he drank the whole bottle.
And did it come back up again?
No.
No?
No.
Amazing.
He was good.
And you still remind him about that today?
I do, yeah.
When you're playing golf?
Yeah.
Okay. We talked about a lot of your high points, say Monza, Middlesbrough, Bournemouth, and winning the league so many times. Do you remember what your lowest points were as a player on the pitch? I've just thought, obviously we talked about Hendon at Brentford, which was a dreadful occasion. Do you remember the one against the defeat against Norwich School Old Boys?
Yeah.
How embarrassing was that?
That was embarrassing. Yeah.
You remember the game?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was all played in their penalty area, but we couldn't put it in the net. You hit the bar, the post, hit everything bar score, and then they had one breakaway and they scored. And we got knocked out. And Lem Worley was playing then.
Yeah.
And he took a corner and he got a hat and put it on his head to take the corner. And
What, out of the crowd?
Yeah, treating it as a joke game, but it was an embarrassment to lose.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back, we talked about your favourite strike partner certainly being Keith Searle. Were there any other players that you really liked, or you thought were the best players? The players you liked the most, or the players you thought were the best around you during your career?
I played one player who played for Wycombe, Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas, yeah.
We went through school together, through all the football teams together.
Right.
He played for East End United.
So he was your sort of best mate during those
We've been
times?
lifelong friends. All our lives, same age as me.
You still see him, do you?
Yeah, I'm going out tomorrow night to a dance with him.
Ah, great stuff.
Yeah.
And the best players you played with,
The best.
other than Keith Searle? You mentioned Larry Pritchard, probably. He was
Yeah,
played for
I
England,
mean,
didn't he?
players, different categories of skill and stuff like that. Lem Worley was, Paul Bates was a good player. Nicky Hollyfield, Maskell was a good goalkeeper.
Mm.
I played with so many good players.
Mm.
It'd be difficult to. I mean, Keith Samuels, he was a workhorse.
Mm.
I said to him, even now, if he'd have worked a bit harder, I would have scored a few more goals. No, I played with some really good players.
And do you remember any players that you really remember playing against? Any great players you played against?
I can remember he come to play for Wycombe. Roger Day, he played for Enfield.
Yeah, he did.
He's crack on cheekbone.
Did he?
With an elbow, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play for Wycombe for long, did he? Became
No.
just a short period, didn't
yeah,
he?
a short period.
Um,
I can't really. I can remember a little left back. I can't remember his name. He
Oh.
played for Leytonstone, but
Oh.
he used to, when Lenny was playing, he used to put Lenny in his pocket,
All right.
and he was a little ginger-headed bloke, only a short bloke, but he was a good left back. I can't remember his name.
Did he ever play against John Still?
Yes, he played for Walthamstow. Was it Walthamstow?
He certainly played for Ilford. I remember him playing for Ilford. I seem to remember him elbowing Jeff Anthony and getting sent off when he was playing for Ilford against us, something like that. But
Yeah.
he was a tough guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
doing
Was he's manager of
He's at
Luton
Luton now.
Yeah,
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 he's doing a great job there.
yeah.
Was there any players that you played with that you didn't really like? No, not really.
Not really.
No one stands out.
No.
Did you suffer any bad injuries during your time? You were never out for a great deal of time,
No.
were you? Nothing too
I
serious.
dislocated my shoulder,
Yeah.
dislocated my elbow, dislocated my thumb.
You're working around along the arm one at a
Yeah.
time, yeah.
I done an overhead kick and come down on hard ground and landed on my thumb.
Alright.
And got up and looked up and the bone was sticking out.
Ah.
So I went to the ref and said, he said, you better go around the hospital. And they just pulled it back, yeah.
Yeah. And you remember the sponsorship for smoking, which encouraged you to smoke even more Rothman cigarettes, didn't it?
Yeah, what?
Because they used to collect them up to raise money, didn't they? Used to get get a few pence for every pack we had in the collected at the club, didn't we, or something?
But as
like
I said, I used to advertise them when we had pictures taken. So.
And who was paying you for that? Someone was paying you money to advertise for them. Who was?
No. I never paid for it.
Oh,
it's
right.
just that they would send me a few cigarettes.
Oh right, yeah, you got paid in cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you were famous for your smoking, weren't you?
Well, I used to have a fag at half time maybe and stuff like that. Yeah.
Later,
as I said, I was not disciplined.
No.
That's what most of the fallouts were about.
Yeah. What with Brian Lee in particular. Yeah. And someone told me that your wife used to wash the kit for the team. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first started playing, she used to wash all the kit.
Yeah. How long did she do that for?
Not long, because she got 3 kids in sort of 3.5 years, 4 years.
Right.
And she used to do it for early doors.
And when you gave up playing, I understand that you did a bit of local management of local football teams for a while. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I managed a couple of Sunday sides. Bellamast, as it was then. It's the Masters now. Piddington. And I managed a Wycombe League side. Wycombe United. We won the league. The first time they'd ever won anything, and that was a big highlight for me as a manager.
So you enjoyed that?
I did enjoy that, yeah.
Right.
And Stevie Freeman and Graham Freeman of the paper shop, they were in the side, and they were chuffed to bits, they loved it. Yeah, it was good. But I played on a few games after I retired from Wycombe, because Ian Rundle was manager of Flackerleith. I had a few games for them to help him out. And John Delaney was manager of Tring. I played a few games for them, only because they were short, but the heart wasn't in it. I never enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed playing, and that's all you enjoyed, really.
Yeah.
And do you still come down to watch Wycombe Wanderers now?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm not. What should I don't want to sound rude. I'm not. I hate all the fuss and stuff, walking on the pitch and all that.
Yeah.
I don't like
Never
that.
been one for the limelight, no.
No.
Quite a humble man.
Well, yeah. I am shy. Probably shy and withdrawn. Not with all the people I know, but I don't live in the past. No. Let's put it that way.
Well, Tony Horseman, thank you very much for coming down and giving us your time. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome.